1D, 2D10, 1D10, 2D10, D10, 3D10, 4D10, 4D, 9, 7D, 9D10, 1D, 2D, 2D, 1, 9D10, 7, 7, 9D10, 8D10, 5D10, 2D10, 9D10, 4D10, 9D10, 6D10, 2D, 1D10, 9D10, 1D, 1D10, 2D10, 3D10, 2D10, 2D10, 7, 5D10, 1D10, 2D10, 1D, 1D10, 1D, 1D10, 9D10, 9D10, 9D, 1D10, 4D10, 3D10, 2D10, 2D10, 1D10, 9D10, 9D10, 6, 5D10, Pantala D pulse, Nival D, meme, up, Nival D permissos, no, no, Pantala D pulse, 3, 7, 7, 5D10, 5D10, 3, 2D10, 9D10, 6D10, 1D, 3, 9D, 8D10, 6, 8, 8D10, 9D10, 5, 2D, 2D10, 1D10, 2D, 9D10, 7D10, 1, 3D, 2D10, 4D10, 8D, 5, 9D10, 9D10, 8D10, 4D10, 2D, 8D10, 3D10, 6D10, T-teletransporte Lesheda Pro 123, Lesheda Pro 123, Southeast Teletransport Now 8 Hash Lesheda Pro 123, 2D10, Pantala D Chat, 6D, no, 9D, no, 9D, 1D20, 1D, 1D10, 1D10, 5D10, 5D10, 2D10, Lesheda Pro 123, Southeast Teletransport Lesheda Pro 123 Hashagilar Now 8, 2D10, 8D, 7D10, 6, 6, 6, 8, 8D, 1, 1, 1, 45, 6D10, 4D10, 2D10, 3D10, 6, 6D10, 3D10, 6, 6D10, 2D10, 6D, 6D10, 6D, 5D10, 1D10, 5D, 5D10, 2D10, 5D10, 5D10, 5D, 2D, 1D10, 7d10, 2d10, 1d10, 5d10, 7d10, 6d10, 5d10, 2d10, 1d10, 3d10, 9d10, 9d10, 6d10, 4d10, 3d10, 2d10, 2d10, 5d10, 7d10, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 3d10, 1d10, 8d10, 8d10, 1d10, 8, 9d10, 5d10, 1d10, 2d10, 7d10, 2d10, 7, 2d10, 2, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d, 1d, 8, 3d10, 6d10, 8, 8d10, 6, 6, 6d10, 2d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 1d10, 1, 8, 1, 2, 9d10, 4d10, 2d, 3d10, 2d10, 8, 5, 4, 1, 1, 4, 6d10, 8d10, 1, 9d10, 4, 1d10, 8, 6, 20, 21, 8, 9d2, 8d2, 9, 50, 21, 100, 1, 8, 8, 50, 40, 90, 8d10, 4d10, 2d10, 6d10, 1d10, 3d10, 8d, 8d, 5d10, 7d10, 2d10, 6d10, 6d10, 1d10, 6, 8d10, 1d, 5, 8, 5d, 7d10, 8, 8, 10, 8, 8, 44, 258d, 109, 8, 8, 1, 68d, 206, 70, 100, 2, 7, 7, 70, 7d10, 1, 1d10, 2, 2d10, 1d10, 9d, 7d10, 5d, 5d, 5, 7d10, 1d, 1d10, 2d, 1, 9d10, 9d10, 3d10, 1d, 1d10, 2d10, 1, 1d, 1d10, 8d10, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 3, 9d10, 86, 8d2, 8, 4, 4, 5, 4, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 9, 5d10, 5d10, 4d10, 2d10, 2, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 8d10, 3d10, 1, 2, 7, 2d10, 2d10, 2, 1d, 2, 1d10, 2, 2d10, 1d10, 3d10, 1d10, 1, 2d10, 2d, 7d10, 1d10, 6d10, 6d, 6d10, 6, 4d10, 2d, 1, 9, 7d10, 7d10, 3d, 1d10, 9d10, 1d10, 1d10, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 1d, 2d10, 1, 1d10, 8, 6, 5d10, 1, 2d10, 2d, 9, 6d10, 4d10, 3d10, 3d10, 8, 7d10, 8d10, 8, 7d10, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, Lesheta Pro 123, Southeast Teletransport of Papitas 159 Hush Lesheta Pro 123, 6D, 6D10, 5D10, 5, 5D10, 5D10, 6, 2, 1D, Peste 5, 40, 1, 8, 1D10, 1D10, 2D10, 1D10, 1D10, 2D10, 2D10, 9D10, 3, 2D10, 1D10, 1D10, 5D, 1D10, 2D10, 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 5D10, 6D10, 3D10, 2D10, 1D10, 5D10, 7, 1, 4, 3D10, 2D, 8D, 6, 9, 4, 4d10, 3d, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 1d10, 3, 2d10, 6d10, 7d, 1d10, 9d10, 9d10, 1, 1d, 6d10, 9d10, 1d, 2d, 4d, 5d10, 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 6d10, 4d10, 4d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 3, 4d10, 4d, 8, 1, 2d10, 2, 1d10, 3d10, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 5, 6d10, 6d, 6d10, 2d, 1, 5, 3d, 2d, 1, 1, 9d, 8d10, Pantala d posa, Nival d, Membro, Nival, no, no, Pantala d, 2d10, 1d, 1d10, 5, 2, 7, 7, 5d, 6d, 6d10, 5d10, 4d10, 3d10, 8d2, 1, 1, 100, 1, 109, 140, 9, 9d, 9d10, 7d10, 5, 5d, 1, 1d10, 1d10, 6d, 9d10, 2d, 1, 2d10, Pantala d post, 9, 5, 8d10, 2d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2, 1d, 1d10, 4d10, 6d10, 6d10, 3d, 2d, 1, 2d10, 7d, 3, 1d10, 1d10, 4d10, 2, 1d10, 8d10, 5d, 5d10, 5d10, 6d10, 7, 3, 1d10, 2d10, 7d10, 1d, 2d10, 3d10, 2d10, 8d, 8d, 5d, 2d, 2, 2d10, 5, 3d, 7d, 1d10, 1, 2d10, 3d10, 9, 6d10, 2d, 2d10, 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 1d10, 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 1, 1d, 1, 1d10, 4d10, 6, 4d10, 6, 5d10, 1d10, 1d, 1d, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 6d10, 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 2D, 4D10, 1D10, 2D10, 6D10, 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 6, 2, 2D10, 2D10, 1D, 2, 2D10, 1, 2D10, 2D10, 9D10, 1, 4D, 6, 5, 7D, 5, 6D, 5, 6D10, 6D10, 5, 6D, 4D, 1, 9, 6, 6D, 4, 3, 2D10, 1D10, 2D10, 1D10, 5, 6, 9D10, 2D10, 1D, 1D10, 2D, 1, 2D, 1D10, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1D, 2, 2D, 2D, 2, 1D10, 9D10, 5, 6D, 6, 5D10, 1D10, 2D, 1D10, 1D10, 2D10, 1D10, 1D10, 2D10, 1D10, 2D, 2D10, 1, 2D, 1D10, 2, 2, 2D10, 4D, 4D10, 3, 1D, 9D, 7D, 7D10, 1, 1, 2D, 1D10, 2D, 1, 2D10, 2, 2D10, 1D10, 1D, 2, 1, 1, 1D, 2D, 1D10, 2D10, 4D10, 5D10, 5D10, 6, 9D10, 5D10, 5D10, 1, 8D10, 5D, 6D10, 2, 2D10, 1D10, 2D, 1D, 1, 1, 2D10, 1D10, 1, 1, 1, 2D10, 2, 2, 1D10, 1, 1, 1D10, 2, 2D10, 1D10, 1, 1D10, 2D10, 2D10, 9D, 8, 7, 5D10, 8D10, 6, 5D10, 3D10, 6, 6D, 9D, 2, 1D10, 2D10, 2D10, 9, 8D10, 6D10, 5D10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 9d10, 4d, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d, 2d10, 6d, 5d10, 6d, 5d10, 1d, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 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 2d10, 1d, 1d10, 1d10, 2d, 1d10, 3d10, 8d10, 6d10, 6d10, 1d10, 2d, 2d, 3d, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 1d, 2d10, 1d10, 9d10, 1d10, 6d10, 5d10, 5d, 5d, 5d10, 3d, 8d10, 2, 3, 8, 9d10, 3d, 1d, 1d, 9d10, 6d10, 2d10, 6d10, 2d10, 2d10, 2d, 8, 8, 8, 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 190, 8, 8, 20, 20, 20, 61, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 20, 8, 8, 8, 8, 6d10, 2, 9d10, 8, 6, 20, 8, 8, 50s, 1, 100, 100, 150, 4d, 4, 4d, 4d10, 7, 8, 8d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1, 1, 2, 3d, 3d10, 9d10, 5d10, 6d10, 5, 5d10, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 3d10, 1, 3d10, 1d10, 3d10, 6, 5d10, 7d10, 1d, 1d, 2d10, 1d10, 6d10, 3d10, 6, 6d10, 5d10, 4d10, 5d10, 6d10, 8d10, 1d10, 2d10, 9d10, 1d10, 7d10, 7d, 8d, 8, 5d10, 5, 6d10, 9d10, 8d10, 8d10, 7d10, 8d10, 2d, 1d, 9, 6d, 1d10, 1d10, 6d, 6d10, 2d10, 8, 5d10, 4d10, 1d, 2, 1d, 2d, 8, 8d1, 8, 8, 80, 2, 80, 8, 2, 2, 90, 95, 2, 2, 95d, 90, 2, 2, 98d, 1, 2, 2, 1, 8d, 8, 8, 9d, 6, 6, 9, 9, 200, 2, 90, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2d10, 1d10, 6d10, 5d10, 9d10, 2d10, 4d10, 2d10, 2d, 1, 1d10, 4d10, 3d10, 2, 1d10, 2d10, 2, 1d, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 2, 3d10, 2d10, 6d10, 6, 5, 6d10, 7d10, 5d10, 1d10, 5d, 4d10, 3d10, 9d10, 2d10, 2, 2d, 9d10, 7d10, 5d10, 5d, 5d10, 6d10, 6, 5d, 4d10, 2d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 7d10, 5d10, 3d10, 7d10, 2d10, 2d10, 9d10, 8, 7d10, 7d10, 5, 3d10, 2d10, 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 1d10, 3d10, 2d, 1d10, 2, 2d, 2d10, 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 8, 50, 40, 200, 9d, 6d10, 4, 1, 1d10, 1d, 1d, 1, 2, 100, 1, 1, 1, 1, 200, 100, 100, 1, 200, 1, 1, 1, 1, 191, 100, 1, 1d10, 1, 1, 2d10, 1, 1d, 2, 2d, 1, 2, 1d, 1d, 1d10, 4d10, 7, 8d10, 6d10, 3d10, 2d10, 1d10, 2d, 3, 1d, 2d10, 3, 4d10, 9, 8, 8, 8, 1, 1d, 9, 8d10, 5d, 6, 7d, 7d10, 8, 8, 9, 9340, 2, 3, 5, Cuado de texto 7341. Cuado de texto to 7341. 150, 145, 206, 200, 1d, 2d10, 2d, 1d10, 1d10, 3, 3, 3, 2, 100, 170, 100, 1, 1d10, 1d, 3d, 1d, 3d, 70, peste, cuado de texto to 70, 20d to 100, 6d10, 2d10, 8, 40, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 90, 1, 1, 1, 1, 100, 160, 100, 160, 106, 100, 100, 1, 1, 100, 1, 100, 1, 200, 2, 2, 2, 200, 1, 1, 2, 8, 8, 70, 9, 8, D, 4, 4, 4, 8, 5, 6, D10, 9, D10, Cuado de texto 2D, 8, D10, Cuado de texto 2D2, 8, D10, 5, D10, 2, D10, 1, D10, 1, D10, 2, 1, D10, 2, 1, 9, 8, D200, 9, 8, 6, 1, 1, 100, 100, 100, 10, 8, 90, 90, 90, 8, 5d10, 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 8, 8, 40, 40, 6d10, 5, 4d10, 6, 3, 2d, 2d, 2d10, 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 1d10, 1d10, 2d, 2, 1d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 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 2d, 2d10, 1d10, 1, 1, 1d10, 5d10, 6d10, 2d, 1, 2, 2d10, 1d10, 1d, 1d, 2d, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 3d, 6d10, 6d10, 2d10, 2d10, 9d10, 3d10, 2d10, 1d, 7d10, 6d, 6d10, 6, 2, 1, 2d10, 6d10, 6d10, 1d10, 1d, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 4d10, 1, 4d10, 5d10, 1d10, 8d8, 70d, 70, 72d218, 73d218, 6, 9, 1, 1, 2, 1d10, 6d10, 5d10, 5d10, 6d10, 5d10, 6d10, 6, 8, 7d10, 5d10, 5d10, 8d10, 5d10, 6d10, 6, 2d10, 1, 2d10, 3d, 8d, 2d10, 2d10, 1d10, 9, 50, 80d, 200, 78, 7, 1d10, 1d, 2d, 3, 2d, 4, 1, 9d, 9, cuadro de texto 7, p, 6d10, 3, 2d, 2d, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 1, 7d, 6, 1d10, 4d10, 2d10, 1d10, 2d10, 9d, 9d10, 8d, 5d10, 5d10, 3d10, 1, 8, 5, 5d10, 6, 5d10, 5d10, 2d10, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 2d, 1d, 2, 12, 9d, 8, 8, 4, 2d, 2d10, 8, 10d3, cuadro de texto P7341, cuadro de texto Pol 7081, 9d, 11, 9, 7, 20, 8, 5d10, 7d10, 6d10, 5d10, 6d10, 7d10, 8, 1d10, 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 5d, 4d10, 7d10, 4d, 9d, 2d10, 2d, 1d10, 4, 4d10, 1d10, 1d10, 2d10, 2d, 2d10, 1, 9d10, 5, 5d, 6d, 5, 5d10, 2d10, 1d10, 3, 5, 5d10, 6, 3d, 2d10, 2d, 2d, 1, 9, 6, 5d, 8, 9d1, 8d1, 9d, 43, 10d, 8d, 12, 4, 4, 5d10, 12, 6, 9d, 40, 20, 20, 20, 5, 10, 4d, 4d10, 5d10, 6d10, 2d10, 2d, 1d, 2d, 9, 9d10, 6d10, 6d10, 4d, 2, 1d10, 2, 3d10, 9d10, 8d10, 7d, 5d, 4, 5, 5d10, 8d10, 6d10, 3d10, 1d, 2d10, 4d10, 8d10, 6d, 3d10, Flechetta Pro 123 Solid Deltago, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d, 2d, 8d10, 5d10, 4, 6d10, 5d, 8, 7, 40, 40, 4d10, 4d10, 6, 8d, 8, 80, 1, 1, 1, 1, 6d, 6d, 9d10, 4, 5, 7, 2d10, 2d, 1, 1d10, 2d10, 5d10, 2d, 9d, 1, 8d, 1, 1, 2d, 1, 1d, 1, 1, 8d, 151d, 1, 10d, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 100, 2, 200, 2, 2, 1, 200, 6d10, 6, 4, 1, 8d10, 2d10, 1d10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 10, 40, 80, 80, 2d10, 2d, 9d, 2d, 8d10, 2d10, 9d10, eight D 294 9D 200 3D 5D10 6D10 7D 8D 8D 2 8D 12 12 5 2D 5D10 2D10 4 3D10 1D 2D 14D 100 8 4 4 40 9 8D10 4D10 6D10 6D10 6D 7D10 2D10 1D 1D10 6D10 2 4D10 8 190 206 1 1 1 1 150 100 100 1 1 1 1 1D 2D10 5D 6 6D10 5D10 6D10 6 5D10 6 6 7 6D10 1 1 1 9 9 9 1 1 1 100 100 100 1 1 100 100 106 106 100 1 168 D 332 169 D 300 1 D 1 D10 3 D10 1 D 2 D10 1 D 1 D 1 D10 1 3 D 3 D10 2 2 D 1 2 D 1 1 2 D10 2 150 1 1 1 1 1 1 100 100 2 2d10, 6, 6, 6, 4d, 5d10, 3, 2d, 1, 6d10, 1, 2d10, 2d10, 3, 6d10, 4d10, 3d, 3d10, 2d10, 1, 9d10, 9d, 7, 4, 9d10, 9d, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 6d10, 8d, 1, 1d, 2d, 3, 3d, 7d10, 1d, 6d10, 8d 206, 9d 206, 11, 1, 1, 1, 100, 100, 1, 216d 300, 209, 200, 200, 200, 223d3, 223d 300, 200, 200, 230d, 230, 200, 200, 230, 241d3, 273, 260, 300, 240, 240, 100, 100, 100, 100, 180, 100, 100, 1, 6d10, 5, 4d, 1, 2d, 2d10, 1, 1, 2d, 2, 2, 2d, 2d, 1, 2d10, 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 1, 2d, 5d10, 2d, 8d 200, 107, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2d10, 9d, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 149, 100, 1, 100, 100, 100, 106, 100, 100, 106, 6d, 6d, 6d 10, 3, 5d 10, 5d 10, 6d 10, 5d 10, 3d 10, 5d, 6d 10, 4d 10, 7d 10, 5d 10, 8, 1, 1, 1, 100, 100, 1, 1, 100, 100, 100, 100, 160, 160, 100, 170, 40, 170, 100, 100, 1, 100, 108, 107, 107, 1d10, 8d10, 7d10, 3d, 8, 2d, 2d10, 2, 4, 4, 2d10, 1d10, 3d10, 3d, 2d10, 2d10, 1, 1, 1, 106, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 100, 150, 2, 1, 2, 1d10, 1d10, 6d, 4d10, 4d, 1, 1, 1, 100, 150, 100, 160, 159, 100, 4d10, 6d10, 2d10, 4, 10, 8d, 50, 18, 6, 20, 20, 20, 3d, 3d10, 2d10, 2d, 1d10, 2d10, 2d, 3, 2d10, 7d10, 7, 7d10, 5d, 5, 4d, 1d10, 7, 7d10, 6, 1d10, 2, 1d10, 2d, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 7d, 6d, 6d, 5d, 7d, 6d10, 6, 3d, 2d, 1d10, 1d, 9d10, 8d, 7, 5, 4d, 3d, 2d, 1d, 2d10, 1d, 8d, 4, 1d, 3d10, 5d, 3, 2d, 9, 7d10, 6d10, 5, 2, 6d10, 6d, 4d10, 3d, 1d10, 2d10, 2d10, 9d10, 8d10, 8d10, 7, 6d10, 5, 6d10, 6d10, 7d10, 5, 5d, 2d, 8, 2d10, 2d, 52d, 100, 90, 9, 8, 2d, 9, 6d, 6d10, 6d10, 2d, 9d10, 1, 2d10, 1d, 1d, 2, 1d10, 2, 1d10, 2d10, 1d, 1d10, 2, 6d10, 6, 5d, 5d10, 7, 5d10, 5d10, 4d10, 9d10, 2d10, 2d, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 3, 5d10, 3d10, 1d10, 5, 4d10, 2d, 1d10, 2d10, 1d10, 1d10, 1d, 9d10, 9, 4d10, 6d10, 7d, 6, 5d10, 6d, 8d10, 4d10, 5, 6d10, 6d10, 1d10, 3d10, 9d10, 7d10, 6, 6d10, 2, 1d10, 9d10, 3d, 1, 6d, 51d, 1, 1, 90, 90, 8, 100, 230, 201, 1, 1, 190, 100, 100, 100, 180, 60, 332, 180, 70, 332, 180, 182, 330, 100, 6d10, 6d, 5d10, 9d10, 6d10, 7d10, 70, 7d10, 7d10, 3d, 2d10, 8d, 2d10, 20, 1, 1, 1, 109, 2, 200, 222, 280, 200, 220, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2d10, 6d10, 6, 5d10, 5d10, 3, 2d, 1d10, 5d10, 8, 5, 3, 1, 9d10, 2d10, 2d10, 8, 10, Cuado d, 50, 7, 70 d8, 20, Cuado d text, Cuado d texto con 70 145, 2, 3D, 3D, 2D, 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 1D10, 4D10, 6D10, 1, 91, Cuado D10, 8, 6D, 5D10, 5D10, 9100, Cuado D. Cuado D Textoso 7079. Third, 4, 5D, 9, 1D, 1, 3D10, 5D10, 6D10, 6D10, 6D, 5, 2D, 6, 6, 5, 5, 6, 3, 3D, 5D, 5, 5, 5D10, 5D10, 6, 6D, 5D10, 7D, 6D10, 6, 5D, 6D10, 6D10, 5D10, 5, 6D10, 7D10, 4D, 8D10, 7D10, 5D10, 6D10, 5D10, 5D10, 2D10, 8, 7D10, 2, 6, 5D10, 4, 3, 4, 2D10, 2D, 1D10, 1D10, 1D, 1D10, 1D10, 5D10, 6D10, 5, 6D10, 1D10, 9D10, 9D10, 2D10, 7D, 7D10, 9D10, 2D, 3D10, 1, 2D10, 8, 4D10, 8D, 4D, 4D10, 3, 3, 3, 3D10, 2D10, 2, 1, 2D, 9D10, Pontola D, Nival D, Nival, no, Pontola, 5D10, 6D10, 6D10, 5D10, 6D, 1D, 2D, 5, 7, 3D, 3D, 1D10, 1D, 1D, 1, 2D, 4D, 9, 8D10, 4D10, 9D10, 1D10, 5D, 6D10, 2D, Pontola D, no, no, Pontola, 5D10, 2, 4D10, 4D10, 1D10, 2D10, 6D10, 8, 5D10, 5, 4D, 3, 3D, 2D10, 2D10, 2, 3D10, 2D, 2, 2D, 2D, 4D10, 3, 2, 2D10, 2D, 2D10, 1D10, 2D, 2D, 1D10, 2, 1D10, 1D10, 2D10, 2D10, 1D10, 1, 1, 2D, 5, 6, 2D, 2, 3D, 3, 1, 2D, 2, 1D, 4D10, 2D, 9D10, 9D, 8D, 7, 6, 4, 2, 4D, 4D10, 1, 9D, 8D, 7D10, 6D10, 4, 1D10, 2D, 2D10, 2, 1D, 6D, 4, 4D10, 1D10, 6, 1D10, Pontola D, Nival D, Membro of Yet, Nival, no, Pontola, 2D10, 50, 8, 9D, 8, 8, 9, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 100, 162 D 300, 100, 106, 300, 1, 2, 2 D 5, 6 D 10, 2 D 10, 2 D 10, 8, 5 D 10, 1 D 10, 2, 1 D 10, 2 D 2, 2, 1 D 10, 1, 2 D 10, 1, 6 D 10, 8, 1 D 10, 1, 8, 5 D 10, 6 D 10, 2 D 10, 2 D 10, 5 D 10, 1 D 10, 8 D 10, 2 D 10, 7 D, 8 D 10, 2, 1, 1, 1 D 5 D 10, 2 D, 1 D 10, 1, 2 D 10,